Oh, welcome to Sosnovka NOT, the seasonal update. I'm doing this slightly early. I normally wait until midway through the month, but this last part of early spring. But I'm doing this today because I have an appeal to make, as well as a quick update on this. And we'll go through the update first, and I'll do the appeal. Right, we bring up the map overview, if I could speak. You see, everything is fertilised fully except for the 2 grass fields, which need one more, but they can't take that at the moment. We've planted all our fields, canola, I think some of them are already done at the last update, wheat, corn and barley. And the growth is, you see, those 2 I think went in over winter, so they're well on the way. Now, we had a terrible winter. I think when you were with us last time, we'd had the first day of snow. Well, we had a second day of snow just afterwards. And you can see, if we just run over here, we've still got heaps of snow. Not many, but we've got a few heaps of snow about. And at the moment, the weather looks fine. We should be okay now for the rest of this season. And it's getting warmer and warmer. Alright, the appeal. Johnny Vee, the maker of this map, and I'm not going to call him, he's not a map maker as such, he's more of a map modifier, and he's one of the best I've come across. He makes things, takes standard maps and make them as they should have been made in the first place, and this is a classic example. First come across Johnny's work on 15. One of the early maps to come out was the Westbridge Forest, which was his take on Westbridge Hills, which was excellent. I played version 1 for a long time until version 2.1 came out. Version 2 came out, but I didn't get that, which is as well, there was a couple of bugs with it, which he quickly put right on version 2.1. Version 3 came out. I'm not certain I played that one, but certainly the one I played more than any was version 4, which I added which I had soil mod to, and it was my most played map up until Old Ridge came out. So Johnny can blame what were then the OEB boys, now the SOB boys, for taking me away from his Westbridge Forest map. And you see snow everywhere. Well, I think it's fair to say he's fairly disabled. He can't get about much. I think it's a chronic back problem he has. So his life has been doing a little bit of modding, map making, but mainly playing multiplayer games with the guys from PCSG, mainly Icelandic Farmer, and some of those you really should catch some of those, the two-handed multiplayer, those 2 done. They are a scream, and I mean that they really are funny. I think I might have some tram lines going to be shown in here. I'm just going to have a walk around everything whilst I'm talking. Right, his computer is packing up. And without the computer, he's going to lose a lot of his independence, not so much his independence, but his life worth. So I'm going to ask, can you give a little to him? We have set up on PCSG, and thanks to Icelandic Farmer, whose idea this was, and if you don't know Icelandic Farmer, watch some of his videos. He's a great chap. He is, as you might expect by his name, an Icelandic chappie. And he's very good and kind, and he's started this appeal. And Wonko and PCSG have made available all resources to collect the money. So it's going through PCSG. If you go over to PCSG, you'll find a donate button. Click on that, and you'll find there's 2 appeals run. One is the ordinary monthly appeal to keep the site running. At the moment, although we have a very decent membership, we haven't got enough people to get the best prices on advertising, so we're still doing having to do a monthly appeal to keep the site going. But that's, by the way, that's nothing to do with this. But there's a second appeal there. It's the Johnny Vee appeal. If you could do without a cup of coffee from Starbucks or some other awful coffee chain, and sorry, my feeling about places like Starbucks and so almost unprintable. I'd much rather go into a proper cafe in a town than use them, but that's my thing. But rather than get a coffee there, how about putting the money, just 1 or 2 days worth, into the appeal? We're trying to get enough to get the new component. I know I've been doing this a few times. It's the third time I've made an appeal. Remember, the first one was for BP, Bipolar Prophet, which you all came through with its flying colours, and we got him enough money to buy the components for him to build himself a new computer. And he is now making excellent videos and live streams, and still going strong. And I'm going to put some concrete down here. By the by, that is. And we also done it for Big Johnny D, who also. It's funny, we got Johnny Vee, Big Johnny D, and Bipolar Prophet's actual given name is John. So there must be something about Johns at the moment. That's just on the side. You came through again for Big Johnny, who, incidentally, in case you didn't hear and you're not a member of PCSG, actually had a stroke shortly afterwards. I don't think it's anything to do with the fact we collected for him, but he's well on the road to recovery now. But the PC that he's got up and running again has been a lifesaver for him. It's kept him, well, I was going to say it kept him sane, but now Big Johnny, I don't think he was ever actually sane. Well, we hope for he's not quite as mad as he was. Or he could be. If Johnny, if you see that, Big Johnny, if you see this, I'm only joking, mate. Not really. I mean every word. So it's another quick appeal, and just to run through some of Johnny Vee's mods. I first come to him on FS15. I said the first one I come across was Westbridge Forest, which I played to death. He also had Aussie Farm. He took over Hard Working on, I think that was Woodsman who started Hard Working off, and Johnny saw some things he could improve. Got in touch with, I think it was Woodsman. It wasn't. I apologise if I got the name wrong, but from memory, that seems to be a name that rings a bell. He got permission off the author to update, and he take it over basically. So we done a version of Hard Working. Remember, that's one with trees everywhere, and you had to cut your own fields. Great map. I played it for a while, but that came up quite late in FS15's time. By then I was so deep in Old Ridge, I didn't really do much else. I really must wash some of this stuff. It also, for 15 again, remember Wonko is and Spookdown Farm and others which had the damage mod. Well, we wanted a repair truck which wasn't like the only ones available. Remember one which had John Deere plastered over it, and some of us just didn't want John Deere. Johnny came through and made and converted another truck with permissions again for damage mod. He also made a Case Magnum. He converted a Case Magnum with nice balloon tyres. That's a nice little tractor that was, a big tractor that was. I played with that quite a bit. Now for 17, his big one has been this map. This is only version 2, but that's up to version 3.1. And last I heard, he's working on another version to actually be snow mask enabled, and he's got some other ideas to put in. I'm still playing 2 because I've made so many conversions on this. Well, not that many, but I made a few on here to suit my playing style. Get rid of the fertilizer and seed and the fill point. And when I tried it on 3.1, because he made some changes to the BGA, it didn't play right with the save game, and I wasn't going to start again. But that's his history. Now, if you can help, pop over to PCSG, join us. Come on, we're friendly enough. We don't bite, and we will keep Big Johnny D under control so he doesn't bite your legs or whatever he's into at the moment. You have to be aware we have several Aussies on the site. Which Johnny Vee is one. We tend to put up with them, and try and make them feel wanted. That's joking to all my Australian friends at Andy of GTX Modding, Quick Kiwi, and one or two others who are on there. Because Quick Kiwi is actually a New Zealander. I'm probably really upset him now. I'm sorry, Quick. But we want to get Johnny up and running again with a new computer, so we can actually play the multiplayer. And I have actually played with him a bit. I don't play much multiplayer now. I haven't the time to actually spend to playing multiplayer. I find myself so busy on these type of things that I just don't get round to it anymore. Just go and pick the eggs up and that. Well, what I'll probably do for this one, it's only a short one. And across the top of the screen you should be seeing a list of the mods that we have on PCSG of Johnny Vee, mainly FS15 stuff, and there's one or two of us still playing FS15. I've still got it running, mainly for Old Ridge. And Sosnovka NOT, which is an excellent map. This really is. And incidentally, I know of 2 series which are going on at the moment. Mr. Species 7 is doing a series with Sosnovka NOT on the weekend. It's his big farm series, using some big equipment, which, if you know Species, you know he normally uses small stuff. Like I tend to. He uses small old equipment, because I think Species and myself will be the same. We're both past the first flush of youth, shall we say. And I hope Species don't get upset with me saying that about him. And the other one is, now I hope I get this right, Dirty Tractor Doctor is doing an excellent series on Sosnovka NOT. He's based it in the Ukraine, and he's got an excellent story going. He hasn't that many subscribers, so give him a look. Tell him I sent you. It's an excellent series. I really am enjoying it. And it makes me feel not quite so bad about dropping this map out of my regular listings. But as you can see, I'm still playing it. I'm still enjoying this map, and I've still got this thing. I'm going to try and get the money together to change everything to class as nightfall, so I think we might as well wind up here. I'll take a picture of some of the snow. The heaps of snow still left. Just go over at high speed. There we go. So that was an auto save, by the way, if you notice a jerk there. Yeah, this will do. This looks good to me. And I beg your pardon, I just had dinner. You get to a certain age and things don't work quite what they should do. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's it. Yes, I think this will do as our shot. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please leave a like. But even more importantly, leave $10 in the fund. So we're not even asking $10 each. Just anything you can spare would be a great help to get, to my mind, one of the best map improvers in the business. He's not, I wouldn't call him a map maker. he might consider himself a map mate, but I wouldn't call him a map mate. I'd call him a map improver and a converter of mods. He is excellent at it. I have come across no bugs whatsoever in this. And so this is version 2, so it's still quite early in the thing. You usually find with the Johnny, he does about 3 or 4 versions of a map before he's happy with it. And I think the difference between 1 and 2 was he changed the stuff over this side. All this equipment here came out, the mix feeders. He had a mix feeder on there, but that's only for cattle, and it wasn't terribly good. And all the seed and fertilizer make and stuff, that all came, so it had to come into his map. So I'm going to say thank you, Johnny, for all your hard work on this. And how far to get? Oh yeah, so if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Every so often I will be coming to you for money, not for myself. I am not wealthy, but I'm not hard up. I'm comfortable, I think you could say. Be even more so when I get my old age pension later this year. I didn't think I'd ever live to be 65. But yeah, some people said, well, why did you? It's not too late to drop dead now. I can hear 1 or 2 say that. Hopefully it's fun. Alright. Yes, and any comments, questions, queries or suggestions, not for the series, because this series is what I'm now playing off screen, just having a little and having some fun with. So with that, it's me saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.